It looks like somebody here is delaying their own happiness, thinking that they have to be perfect before they pursue something great. In the center of this reading, we have the Knight of Cups. So sort of representing your energy is the energy of making a love offer. So I think there's someone you've kind of had an eye on who feels like an amazing match to you, but you are just feeling really nervous, feeling like you have to be really perfect before you come forward, feeling like you got to say just the right thing and do the right thing. Now, you could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. We've got the Queen of Cups crossing the Knight of Cups right now. It doesn't have to be, though. More in that, I think you are someone who is just very highly intuitive. The Queen of Cups is the archetype of the diviner. You can see her looking into her cup, reading the tea leaves. She is someone who is, very, very intuitive. And I feel like your intuition about this person is likely spot on, okay? And so you're wanting to kind of come forward and say something, or come forward and let them know how you're feeling or that you're attracted to them. Actually, I think this is going to go better than you think, okay? At the lowest polarity here, we do have the Seven of Cups reversed. All right, I think because you've kind of developed feelings for this person, you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed, right? And kind of just questioning, like, so what do I do now? Do I need to wait around, kind of see what they do? Like, I think you've just got a whole lot of questions here, okay? And you've just been like, you know what? I'm just not even going to worry about it. Instead, I'm going to focus on taking care of me, right? We've got Empress energy in the recent past. This is Taurus. So you could be a Taurus, or they could be a Taurus, but doesn't have to be. With the Empress showing up here, this is all about really receiving and being in receiving mode. And I feel like that's sort of the energy you've been in. Like, if they want me, they're going to let me know, right? I think that's a little bit the energy you've been like, kind of just putting out into the universe. Like, I don't really need to be the one to make the first move here. I don't need to really let them know how I feel. If they want me, they'll let me know. All right, here's the thing with that. So, of course, you don't want to be like, begging after somebody else. But at the same token, you do kind of want to let someone know how you're feeling, at least in some way, in some form or fashion, okay? And kind of see what happens from there. It's okay to let someone know how you're feeling. I mean, just don't be overly attached to the outcome. And that's really difficult to do, right? We all kind of fear rejection. Nobody really wants that. But honestly, I'm not feeling that it's rejection that's holding you back. I'm feeling like you feel like this person is so amazing. Like, surely they're already taken. Surely they already have a lot of other people, because I'm going to skip to a different part of the reading here. But in the greatest hopes and fears, we've got Five of Wands with the King of Cups. So notice we've got the King of Cups and Queen of Cups. So we've got a true pair on this board. Your intuition is spot on. This person is a divine match to you. Literally, again, these could be water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Doesn't have to be them. This is an emotionally intelligent person. All right. But Five of Wands indicates that there is likely a fear here of competition, right? You're afraid other people are competing for this person. You're afraid that really this is someone that has plenty of people sort of lined up to date them too. And I think it's your fear of this, other competitors that's kind of led you into this mode of working on yourself with the Eight of Pentacles, really putting the work in, really kind of just focusing on your own activities, focusing on building up the best you, and staying silent with the Knight of Swords reversed. So you're like, I'm just going to remain quiet. I'm just going to do me and work on my stuff and just focus on my own activities and not really let this person know how I feel at all. And just hope and pray that they make the first move. Okay. And I feel like that's really what's been happening here. We've been, rather than using the Empress energy to sort of build ourselves up and get ourselves feeling like, yes, I deserve the world, we've been more hiding in that receptive energy is kind of what I feel like's been going on. Now, though, because at the center, you're thinking about making this move, right? In the upcoming future, I think you're starting to put together, okay, so what do I say? What do I do? Like Page of Cups energy in the upcoming future kind of indicates that you're crafting a message, okay? Now, and this is probably going to be a small advance, which is probably, it makes sense to like just put a hint out there before like going hog wild and or anything like that. But just kind of letting this person know, and this can be like just a little bit of flirtatious activity or like, a smile or look at the right time or, something that indicates like, hey, I really admire you. You're someone that I think a lot of, some kind of small token of affection. So I do see you in the near future getting up the nerve to do that. And I think it's going to actually work out much better than you think. And so representing you right now is the High Priestess. You're really wanting to make sure that you're coming from a place of pure, like, desire, really what is in your best interest here. You could be a Pisces, literally. It doesn't have to be, though. But I feel like you are someone who's very, very tuned in. You're someone who really wants to make sure that you're doing things for the right reason. And basically, I really feel like this reading is saying, like, yeah, you are. You're okay. Calm down. If you're wanting to let someone know how you feel, it's okay to let them know. Maybe start small, but yeah, girl, you got this. The High Priestess and the Empress, these are like the two feminine baddies in the tarot, y'all. All right, these are two women that they don't mess around. They also don't feel like they have to be like overly aggressive. They're not in any danger of being like a pick-me or something like that. They are just like solid in their own energy, but it doesn't mean that they don't have to still kind of communicate what they're feeling and that it's okay. So the advice here actually is be confident in how you feel about this connection with the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is an equal healing partnership, right? And your instincts that you and this person are aligned and might make a good match, they are right on point, okay? So it is okay, like, to come out of your shell just a bit here and make some kind of small gesture towards this person you're interested in and just let them know, hey, I might be kind of interested, And I think you're going to get better results than you realize. Because this fear that this person's got someone like a bunch of people all like lined up to date them, I don't really think it's founded. I mean, yes, I feel like this person is likely a very attractive person. You definitely find this person to be very attractive. And of course, they have options, but honey, so do you, okay? So I feel like both of you are really, competitive out there in the dating field, okay? So I would not worry so much about competition out here. Instead, allow it to kind of inspire you, and I think you have, to be the best version of yourself and not to be overly attached to outcome. All right, because ultimately the outcome here is Page of Wands. All right, the Page of Wands is the energy of exploration, right? Pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, really doing things, going places, trying new avenues, right? And being very exploratory and just in like kind of a playful, fun way, right? Not feeling like you have to land in any one place, right? Because ultimately, if this guy is like, no, I've got better on the horizon, baby, you got other things, no worries, okay? And you didn't risk that much here with the Page of Cups. You just kind of let this person know this is just a small offer, okay? You're feeling some big love, though. You're feeling some big attraction here, but I see you just kind of putting a toe in the water. And honestly, I think it's likely going to be very successful. I think this connection is actually going to push you outside your comfort zone. The two of you are kind of meant to learn from one another, do new things together, maybe travel together a little bit. And those are the kinds of things I feel like, maybe your conversation should kind of center around, like kind of this little exploratory type energy. All right, I hope this reading was helpful for you. If it was, please do give the video a like. Please subscribe to the channel below. And thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time.